Let's build CSS framework. Welcome. In this video tutorial, we are going to build the CSS framework from the scratch. We will start from nothing and going to build CSS framework that you can use in your next side project with more or less modifications. In other words, you will have CSS framework in your hand. Before we go further, I would like to discuss few points. First, we are going to use CSS language to build this CSS framework. I know that we have a preprocessor such as Sass, Less, Stylus. I also know that these preprocessors are great for this specific purpose, but I am not going to use them. Just a simple and plain CSS language. Why? Because I want to minimize the barrier to watch these videos. I mean, if you are planning to watch this video, chances are high that you know CSS, but I can't assume similar for these preprocessors. Even it might be possible that you haven't heard about them at all. Still, toward the end, we will port the framework using Stylus. The framework that we will build in this video series will be the small and will have minimum set of feature/components. You wouldn't find many features in this framework, and that is intentional. Because we are not here to build a framework that will compete with a popular framework such as Bootstrap or Tailwind CSS. The framework we are going to build in this video series is for fun and education. Finally, the framework will not include a single line of JavaScript because we are building a style framework and it should only have a style, right? It may or may not have a JavaScript. But yeah, we will write a minimum JavaScript code that might require for a component to work properly. I am planning to divide the series into 4 parts, but let's see how things go. In the first part, we are going to build the framework itself, sort of version 0.01. In second part, we will build the ecosystem around the framework by creating different set of themes and add-ons. We will also report the problems if we find it while creating themes or add-ons. In the third part, we will enhance our framework by fixing the problem mentioned in the part 2 and also going to add a few more components. Then we will release version 0.02. Finally, in a fourth part, we will put more importance on open source by providing the documentation, development guidelines, contribution guidelines, and port the framework using Stylus. Excited? Let's set up the development environment in the next videos.